It's hard to just wait in the suspense of wondering if some program ranked me highly enough. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. I wanted to talk just a little bit about how it feels to be a week away from finding out whether or not I matched. I have been cycling through feeling excited and then nervous and excited and nervous. There are a couple of different medical students on my current rotation with me. We all got to our rotation this morning and we're now, a week out. One of the medical students was like, "How are you feeling?" And I was like, "Not well this morning." Not great. I've definitely felt better. And I just woke up feeling nauseous and really, really anxious. But yesterday I was feeling okay. But this morning it was a different feeling. Actually, the other medical students were feeling the same way. One of them said on his drive-in this morning, he just felt like the sense of impending doom. And I just related so much to that. It's like everything that we've worked for in medical school and even before then sort of hinges on this moment. There's just a lot. And I've been talking with my family and Tony about whether or not I'm going to match day and graduation. I haven't quite decided if I want to go to match day or not. Basically, you find out if you matched on Monday, March 11th, and then you find out where you matched on March 15th if you did indeed match. Otherwise, you enter into the SOAP process. I just don't know if I want to go to match day because there seems to be a lot of uncertainty in my mind on where I'm going to be matching. I mean, I have ideas where I think I would be a good fit and where I've spent time, but I don't necessarily know if they think the same of me as I thought of them. Also, there are other programs that I really enjoyed just from the interview process, but I just don't know what's going to happen. I would hate to get to match day and then open the envelope and be disappointed. Although I've talked myself into feeling okay with any of the options because truly I feel so grateful for all of the programs who did see me in the application process and were willing to interview me. And I think at the end of the day, I would be happy at any one of the places. I have to keep reminding myself that because of course you always have your favorites at this point. You have your spot where you think that you could create the life that you want during residency. I've been sort of talking to myself and talking to Tony about the different pros and cons of all of the different locations. Some of the locations have very low cost of living. That would make a difference as far as being able to do things that we want to do outside of residency. And then some of the places I'm interested in have a very high cost of living, and that would limit things. There are other pros of that because there are reasons why some places they have a high cost of living, and honestly, a lot of reasons why they don't. Well, a lot of reasons why they shouldn't have a high cost of living. But anyway, I think at the end of the day, I'd be really happy wherever I end up eventually, but it would just take me some time to process and become okay with and become happy with. And I don't think that I would necessarily be happy right out of the gate immediately when I open the envelope. I would hate to have this moment where I'm disappointed and I'm not fully supporting those around me who are also disappointed or who are elated and not being happy for them or appropriately happy for them because I'm sort of caught up in my own problems. The opposite is true as well. Like, what if I matched at my number one program and was so happy and then, one of my best friends next to me is distraught because they didn't match at the place or the program that they were hoping to, which I know that I have a feeling that's not going to happen because my friends are very qualified, but I would just hate that feeling. So I've sort of been in this weird space of should I go or shouldn't I go? If I go, I could participate in match day photos and have that cute little sign that says, "Yay, I matched," and where I matched, and be able to send that to all of my friends and family. And that's really cool. And just being able to celebrate with everybody else because we've really been through a lot. I mean, we started medical school in a pandemic. Yeah, it's just been a lot. And there have been a lot of times where I haven't wanted to continue medical school. And I know a lot of my classmates also have felt the same, that there have been moments where they felt like giving up or that it wasn't worth it. I feel like on one hand, I'm missing out on something and letting sort of fear stop me from doing something that could be very special. And then on the other hand, I'm trying to be respectful of how I process things and how I like to learn news. I don't really like surprises when the surprises could go really well or not well. Like, I like surprises otherwise, but I don't like life-changing surprises. I don't know. I think there are some other people who are also in the same boat. It's interesting. So for anesthesia, you find out on Monday if you matched, right? And my situation is I've applied to both advanced and categorical positions. So the advanced positions for anesthesia are years 2 through 4, and the categorical positions are years 1 through 4 of residency. So for the advanced programs, you also apply for transitional years, prelim years, so that you can do that first year before starting your anesthesia program. Because of that, if I were to match into an advanced position and not a prelim position, then the system would tell me that. It would tell me, congratulations, you've matched, you're partially matched, and I would know that I would still need to match into the TY or prelim year. And the opposite is true as well. I could find out that I just matched TY prelim and don't have an anesthesia position, which would be a much more difficult scenario to be in because I doubt that there would be any advanced anesthesia positions in the SOAP. So it's just this interesting situation. I could get, congratulations, you matched, like fully matched, or I could get congratulations, you partially matched, and then have to be figuring out next steps there. So there are a lot of outcomes that could happen on Monday, and I think that's what I'm really most nervous about, is finding out on Monday what's going to happen. But I'm also really nervous about Friday, which is where, because you just don't know where you could be. I could be anywhere. I could literally be not anywhere, but I could be in a number of different regions. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just in this anxious spot. And I have to say, I'm not exactly the best with anxiety. I've definitely struggled with anxiety over the years, sort of in different ways, mostly test anxiety. This is anxiety that I don't think I've ever really experienced before, of just this not knowing what's next and this level of uncertainty, not knowing if I'm even going to be able to do what I've set out to do. Yeah, this anxiety is very unsettling. I've had anxiety a lot through medical school at different points, before exams and whatnot. But this is a whole nother beast. I mean, I've had a very chill rotation this month. I'm on wound care, and I also had a chill rotation last month, rheumatology. They're both really relaxed electives, which I've really had a good time in, but I've had a bit of extra free time that I didn't have before, and I find myself just not really utilizing the free time well because my mind is just very overwhelmed, that I can't really even enjoy it. It's not like a vacation. I feel like if I were to find out that I matched and then take a vacation, it would be much different than it is now. Oftentimes when you have anxiety in medical school, you can do something about it. So if I'm anxious about an exam, I can study and I can work towards that. If I'm anxious about applying for something, I can do something about it. I can go do that. But at this point, I'm just playing the waiting game. I've done everything that I could do up until this point. I've had, I've taken all the exams that you need to take, and I've communicated with the programs. I did the audition rotations, and I just, it's just waiting now. And it's hard to just wait. It's hard to just wait in the suspense of wondering if some program ranked me highly enough. There's nothing I can do about that. And also, they've already submitted their rank lists anyway, so there's that. But there are limitations on post interview communication, so you shouldn't really communicate with programs anyway. But yeah, it's just this weird spot of I'm just waiting, and I don't know what's going to happen. And whatever happens though in the end. And I've always found that certain times in life, things didn't necessarily go the way that they had planned, but things sometimes turned out better than I could have thought that they would have turned out. Yeah, I mean, for instance, with medical school, right? I decided not to go into medical school immediately after my undergrad years because I just wanted to take some time to really think about if it was right for me, and I needed a break from the academic world. So I did that, and I got to work with my dad for a few years, and unexpectedly my dad passed away during my first year of medical school. And looking back, I'm so thankful that I got to work with him during those years, that I got so much more time with my dad than I otherwise would have had I gone directly into medical school. And sometimes I've sort of kicked myself for not having started medical school earlier because I knew it's what I always wanted to do. But yeah, sometimes things happen differently in life, and sometimes they can turn out better. So I have to keep reminding myself that and just sort of keep chugging along. But yeah, I thought I would just come and tell you guys about that. That's how I'm feeling. I have no idea what to expect. I don't feel confident. I wish I felt confident about next week. I guess I'm not really particularly a person who really feels confident about things like this. I can feel confident about my test taking abilities. I can feel confident about other things, but when it comes to somebody choosing me, I don't know why I necessarily don't feel confident. Yeah, I honestly don't know why. I can't figure it out, but oh well. Yeah, that's where I'm at. This is really rough. It's really rough. Yeah. If you are also a fourth year waiting to match, I just want to send my love to you. This is a really rough time. We're all in it together. We're going to look back at this and be like, dang, I'm so proud of what I did. I'm so proud of hanging in there. Take care of yourself the best you can, and we'll see you in the next video.